What is going on, gang? It's your boy Marcus Washington, and you're on the Mark where we talk everything Falcons football. Sing it with me, fam. Sing it with me. Smoking on that Panthers pack. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's how you handle light work right there. That's how you handle light work. And listen, man, let me say this. Phillips, you should have scored that touchdown. I understand why you wanted to get down to kill the clock. I wanted to put up a 40 piece on this team. This was the statement game right here. This is what you're supposed to do to a team like this. Now, mind you, fam, my last video, I got on Pro Football Focus's ass about glazing this team. Now what they got to say? Fam, we scored 38 points with this defense playing like this. Now, A.J. Terrell finally got a pick. Finally got one. Clark got one to close the game out. Raheem, I need you to step in that office with Jimmy Lake. Look over this man's work before the next game. Look over the play sheet before the next game, bro. I am tired of these third down conversions. That touchdown we gave up at the end of the second quarter when they had no timeouts. That's fucking inexcusable, bro. That's inexcusable. You got to clean that up. Bro, this offense on some other time right now. Now, last week we scored, what, 36? It felt like we could have scored more. That's what technically we could have if Phillips would have went in for the pick six. We clearly would have had 40, right? We would have had 44. 45 technically. This is what you're supposed to do to a team like this. Smoke on a pack. And these folks was talking about the key player of the game. It's Chuba Hubbard. Let me see what Chuba Hubbard did. And listen, I'm not clowning. Not clowning Chuba. Chuba's probably the best weapon they have on their team. Let me look at this. Let me take a peek. Let me take a peek under the hood. All right. So your boy Chuba had 18 carries for 92 yards. All right. And I mean, that's good. Only problem they had, Tyler and Bijan. Well, Tyler had 105 yards. Bijan, who was the second leg of our running backs, had 95. Both our running backs had more than their key player. Now, y'all know I said, man, listen, I wanted the Saints to win. So we still in pole position. Don't get me twisted. 3-0 in the division. We got the broom out. We ready to sweep the NFC South. We got the broom out. Right? We got Tampa Bay in, I think, 2 weeks or something like that. Tampa looked good today. Tampa won. And I'm gonna throw some heavy smoke at the Saints. Bro, y'all were getting all the whistles. And Tampa spotted y'all like 27 points. And y'all still got ran out of there. So yeah, man. Feels good to smoke. We smoking on the NFC South pack right now because we done beat all three of the teams bike to bike to bike. At home, on the road, it don't matter. And people want to say, well, man, y'all happy y'all beat an old quarterback in Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton old. Fam, do you know Kirk Cousins and Andy Dalton are the same damn age? They're 36. Kirk Cousins is like 2 months older than Andy Dalton. I don't ever want to hear nobody glazing a 1-4 team again. $38 points, bro. Team's starting to find its legs on offense. And now, man, when you look at the fact that Kirk beat Tampa Bay with his arm, we beat Carolina on the ground. Now we showing you we can beat you multiple ways. And then we had another Darnell Mooney wide open. I'm going to hit the ground. It's something about that side of the field. When Darnell Mooney is wide open, something happens. He dropped it Thursday, and then he was so wide open that he just hit the ground. But I feel like we could have put up more points on this team. Now, credit to Carolina. They put up a fight early. But they are who we thought they were. They're now a 1-5 team. And we're 4-2, sitting on top of the division after beating everybody in it. Smoking on the NFC pack. Let me get to some of these comments. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? Raymond says, open up a new pack. Yes, sir. Open up a new pack. Deanne says, Panthers pack. Yes, sir. Joe says, bro, we should be 5-1 right now. Yeah. The Kansas City game ain't going to come back and haunt us, but the Chiefs have gotten away with a couple games early to be 5-0. But I still like the way that we played in that game. Our offense wasn't really firing on all cylinders. Now, you give us the Chiefs right now, yeah, we'll beat them. Doug says, nice win, 4-2. Yes, sir. Justin says, offense shades of 2016. Man, listen, when you got Algier that can run for 105 and Bijan that can run for 95, it's hard to beat a team like this. You look at Tampa Bay earlier. Dude, Tampa had damn near 300 yards rushing. The Saints are trash. I don't want to hear nobody talking about the Saints going somewhere this year. They are utter trash. And they laid down. I'm going to say that. They laid down. For y'all to let running backs that don't nobody know them guys, torch y'all for damn near 300 on the ground at home. Y'all lay down. If I was a Saints fan, I'd just call the season right now. Y'all laid down. Y'all let that team come in there and this was after y'all had a little run. That's even more embarrassing. But Tampa, I said this when we beat Tampa. Tampa a good squad. They a good squad. They ain't better than us, but they good. Saints utter dumpster fire trash. Rob says, Mark, how long can we hold on without a defense? Our offense is clicking with that Panther smoke in the air. Yes, sir. They got to do something about that ASAP. Jimmy's showing me he's a very passive play caller. And y'all know what I always say. When you're, as a defense, when you're running away from the offense instead of running towards it, you're running the wrong way. Let these guys hunt. And, here's the thing. And y'all know over the years, I've called the defensive coordinators correct. Now, my side is the offensive side of the ball, but when I know a defensive coordinator is cheeks, I just know it. Fam, Jimmy Lake getting very close to being that. And I'm giving him a lot of leeway because he's a first-time DC. But to tell me that you cannot apply pressure, look at what Tampa did. Tampa came out, bruh, these just exotic blitzes. They did to a rookie what they supposed to do. They threw Spencer Rattler completely for a loop. And because of that, I don't think the Saints scored a single point in the second half. I could be wrong. At halftime, it was 27, and I think they stayed with 27. But Raheem going to have to get in there and look at this guy's work before we play next week. Because I'm not really satisfied by what's being called here. And one of the reasons I think we could have put up more points if the defense did get stops. I can't turn away from the AJ pick. The Clark Phillips pick was, man, they were in desperation mode at that point. Pick was bound to happen. But as a whole throughout the season, I don't like where we are on defense. We were definitely better than we were last year on defense. Definitely. So I would just say, man, I want Raheem, to put a bigger, and you got Gray there too. Man, if he ain't ready, that's absolutely cool. You don't have to force it in there to prove a point. If he's not ready, that's cool. But you're going to have to make one of these Zach Robinson turns quick. Because y'all know I was on top of Zach Robinson's ass. And then Zach said, hey, listen, Kirk, I'm going to give you more leg room. I'm going to give you more. And the boy went out there and threw for 509. Then what I like about it, he sees both his running backs are cooking. Let's stick with it. We're going to play action them every now and then, but TA cooking, Bijan cooking. But we got growing pains from our coordinators right now. And right now, with the offense clicking, we can't have Jimmy Lake's growing pains come back and kick us in the ass. Because it seemed like we humming on offense right now. We humming. Seth, what's going on? What's happening, fam? Country says, bro, take the wrapping off the Panthers pack and let me get one of them things. Yes, man, listen, packaging was off in the fourth quarter. Your boy was putting smoke up in the air. You see what we doing in that picture right now? We up in there with the smoke, fam. Scooter says, love Bijan, but finally Algier got the rock. Man, both of these guys are good. Damn near great. Right? Algier, to me, just runs with aggression. Bijan is that, again, I call him Chocolate McCaffrey for a reason. He is your complete back. He can make you miss. He can catch. He can do all that. TA is the, hey, man, I'm going to pack a lunch. We're going to have a long-ass Sunday. He's one of those guys. And now I'm seeing defensive players don't really want to tackle him once he gets downhill. He's stiff-armed. Bruh, that run he had where this man was carrying like 5 or 6 guys. I'm like, bruh, this is why TA got to get the rock more. I'd almost look at this tandem and say that they're better. Well, I ain't almost saying shit. They're better than what we had in 2016 with Freeman and Coleman. And if defenses can't stop this, it's gonna be a long season. Now that this offense is clicking. J-Dot says, we up 3-0 in the division. We got to fix the D-line. Other than that, hashtag rise up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another PR says, let's smoke some. Yes, sir. Rob says, bro, where do you get your artwork from? Man, I can't tell y'all who my plug is, man. I can't tell y'all who my plug is, dog. Devontae says, what's up, Mark? Finally got a good win. Yes, this is a statement win right here. This is a game coming in. You were supposed to win. Now, some people looked at it as, it could be a trap game. And in a lot of situations, it's like this. That's why I was like, this has to be a statement game. Because most people think it's a trap game. You got to beat the brakes off a team like this. What was that? I had the final score at what, 31-17. It was 38-20. You're supposed to beat the hell out of a team like this. They are what their record are. I don't care how much people try to glaze this team. You are what your record are. You 1-5 now. And you ain't been good in years. You ain't even had the potential to be good in years. Hold on. Let's go to the. Hold on. Let's go to the press conference. Oh, damn. That was quick. Bro, Raheem Morris got on and got. What the fuck was that? Okay. We'll wait for the others to come back on. Damn, they ain't give Raheem no type of respect. All right. Andre says, good win. Defense still work in progress. Yes. Vaughn, what's happening? He says, yeah, that D-line got to fix the pass rush ASAP. That's why I'm looking over there in the Jets. Maddie, what's happening? He says, what's up, Marcus? This fucking pass rush is killing me, bro. We actually got to the QB, and then we got Butterfingers. Horrible. Yeah, that one I saw with Andy Dalton running from the 40 to the 10, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm like, y'all had him, and y'all let this slow caterpillar ass quarterback run damn near 30 yards. Jay Lana, what's happening? He says, nah, we are 4-2, exactly what our record should be. Okay, gotcha. RJC says, bro, how do you feel about the number 4 overall pick? Quit on that play trade his ass. Yeah, I don't know what Kyle was thinking at the time. I have no idea. He looked like somebody else was supposed to get the ball. I don't know what that was about, but let's see what Kyle's numbers were. Well, shit, he had 3 for 7. He had that big one that almost went for a tutty. So I can't get mad at that. But yeah, he stopped on that play. But I think he thought somebody else was supposed to get that ball. Darnell Mooney had 3 for 38, so he was kind of quiet today. Drake London 6 for 74. Ray 3 for 30. But this was a Tyler Algier and a Bijan Robinson invitational, pretty much. That's what this game was. Loud says big W today. Yes, sir. Zigzag says let's fucking go. Yes, sir. Global Falcon Podcast, what's happening? He says we smoking on the Panthers. I'll pack you smoking on that pack. Y'all, hey, listen. I don't care if they're 1-5. They gonna get smoked on. Even more so, because that's what was supposed to happen. Now, you can argue the Eagles game. Okay. Tampa Bay, face mask didn't get coming. Okay. We smoking on all y'all. We smoking on the NFC South pack right now because we the top bow wows. I told y'all, fam, before the season start, my mouth was going to be reckless this season. But see, when we didn't have a quarterback, Saints fans talking reckless. Tampa, not so much. But you'll be hard-pressed, honestly, even though they got 4 games. You'll be hard-pressed, really, to find a Tampa Bay fan out here, honestly. On the real. That's why I be going so hard on the Saints. Last couple years, oh, yeah, they was talking big shit. Now they giving up everything. I can't even say they giving up, but they giving up everything at home now. They don't even, fam, they so far gone now. They don't even know what the hell to do. Defense, trash. They got a guy in the Debo. He's averaging a pass interference a game. Offensively, Derek Carr wasn't your answer anyway. Spencer Rattler, if I'm gonna be a thou wow, until they started pressuring him, I'm like, that's what y'all need to stick with. Because Derek Carr ain't gonna get y'all nowhere. Y'all got all excited over that Cowboys pack. Bro, the Cowboys, that defense is out there prostituting itself now. They giving up everything. Half price, bro. Man, and that was supposed to be the game of the week. Man, hold on. Let me see what the final was over there, man. All right, man, listen. That was a massacre. Hold on. Let me see what the final was. Here we go. 47-9. That's what the final was. 47-9. When y'all beat the Cowboys, y'all was smoking on Reggie. That wasn't no loud pack. That was some Reggie, bruh. Now everybody's smoking on them. Jeffrey says these packs start to hit better every week. Man, you see where we are, right? We in the sky right now. Man, we win next week, man. We gonna be in space smoking on the pack. And y'all know I can make that happen. Zigzag says, I got my blunt in my hand right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Martavia says, smoking on that Andy Dalton pack. What's good, Rodney? What's happening? GTO says, yeah, our DC ain't it. Again, these are growing pains, man. Johnny Wood says, what it do, Mark? This is the first time in a long time that I didn't stress out over a game. Yes. When they scored in this at the end of the second quarter, I'm like, okay, we got to make sure this stays an 8-point game. Now, offense was firing, so it wasn't like we were going to get the ball and not do anything with it. But at that point, I'm like, we just have to keep an 8-point lead. If we keep an 8-point lead somewhere, this defense have to get a stop somewhere. And it came at the most opportune time because when AJ caught that pick, they were driving down the field. So something is going on with that defense. And I don't want to hear it's the players because, again, a lot of these guys are the same guys that came back last year. And we added some heat. There should be no reason we ain't getting to the quarterback. There should be no reason we can't get off on third down. That's play calling. Y'all know I said the same thing about Dean Pease. The same thing about who was the guy in 2016 before the Kansas City game. I done forgot what his name was. But I said then Dan Quinn need to take over the defense. After that game, I said he needs to take over the defense. If he does, we run in the table. We went on a bye. The very next game, Dan Quinn was calling the defense. Went all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is about defensive coordinators. I can just tell. You give me a good sample size, I'm like, he ain't it. And right now, Lake's play calling is not good. So I'm not saying he should get fired. I am saying Raheem Morris needs to stick his goddamn head in that office. And Gray need to get some of that work too. That's what I'm saying. Greg says Chubba Hubbard wasn't enough, huh? PF. You know what, man? I ought to show that video again. Because I'm that petty sometimes. Chubba had a decent game. It ain't enough, though. Alberto says, Mark, what's good? First Falcons game where I was just chilling, watching them be ahead all game. Let's fucking go. Man, listen. This is a sign of things to come. And Kirk really, you look. I mean, he was. Let me go look at Kirk's numbers. They weren't gaudy numbers. Um, so Kirk was 19 to 30, 225, one tutty. So he didn't set the world on fire. We put up more points. And that's dangerous right there. We put up more points with him throwing for less yards. So if you need a big game by Kirk, you can get it. But now we're finding ways to win in the air. We're finding ways to win on the ground. We're finding ways to win at the end of games. That's a dangerous team right there. Scooter says 2 weeks over 36. D still giving up them draws. Hey man, I don't want. Man, matter of fact, let me look this dude up because I'm about to get super petty. Maybe he's got a YouTube channel. He probably ain't gonna have a lot of talk for us because his team won. Let me see. Oh no, he doesn't. Or I can't find it. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't ever want to hear from him again. That's just how I look at it. Glazing up a 1-4, and the chick too. Glazing up a 1-4 team. Now y'all got to go into hiding. Clove says that drop TD by Drake as well. That was contested though. I'm gonna let Drake off the hook for that one because it was behind him and that was contested. So that was a good play. That was a good play on the defense player right there because that should have been a tutty. Jay Lana says, I'm not excusing the defense, but just say the offense owes this team this for the BS they've been on the last 3 or 4 seasons. You know what? I can concede to that. I can concede to that. But we had different coordinators though. But the defense, especially the Desmond Ridder experiment, the defense was the reason we were in most of those games. So I can concede to that. Nicole Bolden, what's happening? She says the second half D always wakes up though. Jimmy seemed to have a good halftime adjustment. I will say that. Yeah, I will agree. Same way with the Tampa Bay game where just defensively we looked horrible in the first half. And then in the second half, we looked good. So I will give him that credit for that. I'm not saying the dude should be fired. I'm just saying I'm not liking what I'm seeing with the third down conversions. You know, there's really no pressure. He doesn't really want to gamble sending the house. You know, and I'm like, you got guys in the back that are studs. Man, sometimes you got to send more than they can block. And Tampa definitely showed that today with Spencer Rattler. They had that boy in a turnstile. He didn't know what the hell to do. That's what you're supposed to do to a rookie. But I will agree with that. Greg says the Aints had one job and got a 50 burger put on it. Hey, man. Y'all know I say it all the time. Boy, when the Saints lose, it's just a good day overall. But when they lose and we win, it just hits sweet, especially now. Because y'all know they are melting down in that fan base right now. They are melting down, and I love it because those first 2 games, they thought they were world beaters. Oh, y'all don't want to see us now. NFC South, here we come. Man, I'm thinking, if we can do it like this, man, we can get the first seed in the NFC, man. If we get the first seed in the NFC, ooh, man, they got to come through. It got to come through us. Y'all know it's already hard to win in the binge. Y'all know it's already hard to win in New Orleans. 3 weeks later. Man, we need to go ahead and fire the head coach, man. He ain't doing nothing, man. Derek Carr ain't do what we doing here? I am gonna be petty though. I am jumping in podcasts. I'm still smoking on the Saints pack because technically this is a Panthers pack, but it's also an NFC South pack. So technically we smoking on Tampa Bay and the Saints also, until otherwise noted. Now y'all know me. They win, they get to smoke on the Falcons pack. This ain't happened yet. Short Bus says, damn Lions smoking on 2 Cowboy packs. man. Everybody smoking on the Cowboy. If you're a good team, you smoking on the Cowboy pack. It don't hit as hard though, because they trash. Even with Mike in there, they was getting torched. Francis, what's going on? She says, hey Marcus, we got the win. Run game finally picked up in the second half, but defense came alive, but got more work to do. Could stop the run nor sack today. I want Phillips to run it into. Yeah, I wanted Phillips to go ahead and get that pick six. What was they gonna do? I mean, at that point, you kick the ball back to them and they throw another pick. I'm all about stomping these teams. Now I get the play. I get it. Get down. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. And listen, that kind of irks me a little bit because I get it. It's good gamesmanship. I understand that. They wouldn't have did the same to us though. We know the Saints wouldn't have did it because they've already proven that they're not capable of doing that. I just wanted the 40, but I'll take 38. I'll take 38 in the dub. Scooter says, I got Chubb on my fantasy and I actually benched him for TA. Okay. Yeah, people are going to be paying attention to Tyler Algier that don't watch us. But again, when you have a two-headed monster like that and you have a quarterback that can actually play, then you got weapons. Oh boy. I don't know where we're going to go this year. My mission statement is NFC Championship game, a bust this year. But next year, you get Rondale back. You get Rondale Moore back, and that's untapped potential. But it's a track meet. Because Mooney's already shown what I thought he was going to be. I had his comparable as Puka Nacua. This is a guy that has speed and has good hands, can run good routes. Unless he's wide open on the left-hand side, on the left side of the field. Something is tripping him up over there. I don't know what it is. But, man, we already looking like we going to be hard to take out anyway. Teams can't get us in the fourth quarter. The teams that were up on us can't get it done in the fourth unless you have a ref that swallows his goddamn whistle in the end zone where it should have been a pass interference. But I digress. Diddy, what's going on, boy? You got to change your name, man. You got to change your name, man. He says, been a minute since I've been in here, but finally caught alive. How about them Falcons? Yes, sir. Jade says, feeling good as fuck. Yeah, man, that's that Panthers pack. That Panthers pack is in the air, man. Keonis, what's going on, man? What's going on? Devontae says Kyle gave up on a touchdown. I don't think he would have caught the ball. But at best case scenario, he could have got a pass interference. But we won't know because he stopped on it. Rodney says, can we talk about Kyle Pitts? Man, these last couple of weeks, we've gotten what we've seen, what we've wanted from him. You know, he's not getting, 10, 12 catches. You didn't need it this game. The game plan this game didn't really call for a lot of Kyle Pitts because you got TA and you got Bijan going off. They couldn't even stop the run. So in a situation like this, I mean, when you look at the team as a whole, everybody took a back seat. Drake had 74. Think about this. Drake had 6 receptions, 74. Kyle had 3 and had 70. That one, it came off, most of that yardage came off of uh, that one big catch. But I mean, Darnell Mooney, 38, Ray McLeod, 30. They didn't really need to toss it across the yard. Now, when they need to, Kyle needs to be active. But I'll take 3 for 70 today. I'll take that. I just can't take 0 for 0. I can't take that. Or 1 for 8. So 3 for 70, I'll take that all day. But I do think Kyle Pitts' statement game is coming. It's inbound. Because you're starting to see Kirk feel real comfortable. Let me shout out this O-line too. Because Kirk feeling real comfortable now behind that line. That O-line is doing his job. When I'm not talking about the O-line, that means they're doing their job. All right, so finally we got the press conference going on. All right, finally they gave AJ Terrell some work. So let me get this on here and shut the fuck up.
How did that feel?
I don't even remember the date, but it's well overdue. Just it felt great, always to get your hand on the ball and make a play. It took all 11, but just me, knowing my key, seeing it and breaking on the ball and making a play.
Ron mentioned the way that you kind of got mobbed after that. Just what was the sideline like, I guess?
Yeah, like I said, all the guys come to work with me every day, and they know how big that play meant to me and to the whole organization, of course. So just just bringing that energy, just trying to close the game out and have our offense go in there and score like they did, and just put us in good position to win the game.
Can you just take us through what you were seeing where you got that interception?
Yeah, I think it was a receiver motion across the field to a nub set where the tight end was, and it was a play action pass. Tight end went over the backers, and that's my work, so I got to take it across the field. I was a little behind, but once I caught up, I was able to look at the ball and make a play.
If I'm remembering correctly, there was a game earlier this year where it just fell through your hands. When you feel it hit your fingertips and you have it secured, what's
this year?
I could be.
Right, it's probably a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime it hits your hand and you drop it, you don't get them back. Well, you do get them back, but you might not get them back. So you just got to take advantage of them all. And tonight I did that.
AJ, the defense has been much improved in the second halves of almost every game this season. What does that say about the defense as a unit?
Just a don't quit mentality. I feel like we pride ourselves in, making plays and getting off the field and not making excuses no matter what turn of events happen during the game. It's our job to play defense and get the ball back. And that's what we pride ourselves on collectively, the whole 11, just everybody, the staff and everybody. So we just play together as one. Like I said, try to get the ball back to the offense. If not, we make our own plays and go put points on the board.
How exciting was that to get that pick and then you kind of ran to the 20 and threw the ball up?
Yeah, it was.
Who are you throwing it to? You just throwing it? Or
Man.
Was your family over there? You just,
It been a minute, Lid.
You should have kept that.
I got the ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got the ball, but it was just emotion. But my momentum took me out of bounds, so I just took a little victory lap.
We've already been asked this. This is the first game this season where it didn't come down to the wire. The NFL, so a lot of games are close, but how nice was it that you guys didn't have to wait until the very last second to finish this one?
It's always good in the NFL to have those type of leads in the game. The games majority of the time come down to, like you said, one possession and the whole 4 quarters. But it definitely felt good to play complementary ball at the end on offense and defense, and put a nice lead on them and get out of there.
You've been on this team for a minute. 3-0 in division play to start the year. Obviously, it feels pretty good. But what's different about the way that this team is operating right now?
Yeah, I think this our first 3-game win streak since I've been here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's huge though. Like, just coming in every day to work. We got good energy from the coaches and players. We never got a big head. It's never too much for us. So the fun is in the winning, like Coach Sweeney used to say. For me, we just come in every day, every week, and just understand that it's the next game, and that's where we at right now. So getting ready for the Seahawks next week.
Clark had that heads-up play to not go all the way into the end zone when he caught his interception. What does that say about him as a young player?
Smart. Yeah, he's smart. I told him, like, I wouldn't even have thought that. Like, me, as soon as I get the ball, I'm end zone. You get a free touchdown, you're going to get it. But that's definitely a heads-up play for him, to take a knee. And, to fall down and the offense go out there and take a knee so we didn't have to go back on the field and just close the game out.
Obviously, when you play, it's not necessarily for interceptions, but when you get that contract and then you're able to back it up and say, hey, like, I can do this and I can contribute, does it kind of validate that for you at all?
No, I don't really think into that while I'm playing. I know what I'm here to do, and the accountability that I have for the team, and me, is go out there and get the job done every week, week in, week out. And I feel like that's the mentality we have as a whole for everybody individually, to go out there and play your role and get the job done.
All right, guys. Thanks, AJ.
All right.
Well, D-Led out there looking like a goddamn U.S. history school teacher, man.
Oh, shit. I think it's full. Oh, I got another.
Cursing in front of the mic. I'm gonna get to your super chat, Abel, once we come out of the press conference. But shout out for okay, what the hell just happened?
On the road,
There we go.
they're always hard fought, and it was fun to pull away in the last couple minutes. But for most of the game, it was tight. I thought that AJ Terrell's interception, and then the offense kind of playing complementary football, being able to go down and get a touchdown off of the turnover was a big moment and change in the game. Pleased with the way we ran the football. I thought Zach did a great job of staying with that and committing to it, especially in the second half. He asked me at halftime, what do you like? And I said, I like running the football, So I just felt like when you can get, 4 to 6 yards a pop, it's hard to try other things when you can do that. Thought both Tyler and Bijan ran really hard, and obviously there's a couple runs by Tyler where that second effort was really impressive. They're also doing a great job in pass protection and catching the ball in the pass game. So they continue to show up for us as complete players. And, I thought we were pretty efficient in the pass game. I thought, we started a little slow with the first two incompletions, and then from there kind of were able to build. Thought that the defense there for the Panthers did a good job of kind of keeping a roof on everything. We had a hard time getting behind them. So we had to kind of find some zones underneath and not beat ourselves and be strong on third down, which for the most part we were better on third down. So, a lot of positives there, and now we got to build on it and keep trying to stack some wins. But take any questions you have.
Could you discuss how Pitts got open on the 52-yard? That kind of jump-started thing.
Yeah, I just think they dropped him. I think it was kind of a busted coverage. I think they were both thinking they had to guard Mooney in the flat and dropped him. So I think that was kind of what happened.
At halftime, when Zach came up to you and asked you, why did you say that you like running the football in that moment? What were you seeing even in that first half that you felt like?
Yeah, I think just being able to, the first play of the game, we got 6 yards on a run. And when you're doing that, it's just kind of a let's do it until they can stop it.
Exactly.
Zach does a good job of staying pretty aggressive. But for me, when you run the football well, let's run the football. And I believe, that in a lot of times you throw to score and you run to win. And to be able to run the football, makes a difference.
Last week, guys had 500 yards passing. This week, 200 rushing.
Yeah.
The versatility there. What do you like about that? What completes that?
Yeah, I think that it's the same thing I would say as I said last week after the game is that you execute the game that's called. Zach called the game today to not throw for 500 yards, and you play the game that's called, and I thought that's what we did today, and that's why the run game was productive. And I think when you get to playoff games, when you get to tough environments on the road, the ability to run the football takes a lot of pressure off of your pass protection, off of your pass game, off of all that you have to do there. So the more we can be versatile as an offense, we can be tough to defend.
When Bijan and Tyler have games like they did today, how effective can you guys be on offense?
Well, if you're running the football well, it certainly should help. It should kind of give you third and manageables or third and shorts. It should help your play action game. It should hopefully get some single high looks. So it kind of all starts there for everybody in the NFL. If you can run the football well, it opens a lot of doors for the rest of your team.
Coach, you guys started 1-2. You received a lot of criticism
Mhm.
from people.
Mhm.
Now you guys have won 3 straight. You're at the top of the division.
Mhm.
You say those people who were doubting you guys earlier on this season.
If we lose next week, it will be criticized. I mean, that's football, right? That's pro football. So you're only as good as your last game, and criticism is a part of the business. You that's what you sign up for, and do it. Coach Belichick always said, ignore the noise and just go about your business. And but you understand that you're only as good as your last game, or really as your next game, and so you got to go out and prove it again.
Coach spoke about how you all been able to adjust as far as how the game is going, but take whatever the team's giving you.
Mhm.
Does that speak to your growth? Everything?
Well, I think that the defense today did a good job of the Panthers defense did a good job of kind of preventing explosives. We tried to get behind them. We're having a hard time doing that. And so, I think the key there is when you're going to check it down or you're going to kind of be working underneath, you can't beat yourself. You can't have penalties. You can't have, these long third downs. You can't have negative plays. And so I thought the combination of running the football well, but then also avoiding penalties and avoiding negative plays, I thought was positive. And, we'll just keep kind of building as an offense in the right direction and see where it takes us.
You spoke last week about how frustrating it is to you for teams that dwell on past results, whether they be good or bad. How impressed were you with this team in terms of getting over that emotional win?
Yeah. I had a little bit of a tension all week long, feeling like, there were too many pats on the back from Thursday night. And then you go on the road in the NFL, and I've seen this happen before where you just aren't the same. And after the 3 and out, coming off the field to start the game, I was gritting my teeth a little bit. So proud of the way we just kept playing and we're able to kind of, pull away and get a road win because there is that emotional factor that you have to overcome.
Last couple.
I know that you're not keeping track of this, certainly as the game goes on, but this was the first time in a while that Drake, Bijan, and Kyle were all really involved. Is that kind of the ideal, that sort of diversity and spreading it around, or is it just go back to week and everything?
I think it's a little of both, Josh. I think it's a week-to-week league. I think it could be that one game it's off balance, and other games it's balanced. I think with only 30 attempts and with the way we run the football, it was probably going to be hard to really get those guys going in the pass game. But I think ideally you would love to see kind of a good balance across the board, but we're not going to do that and sacrifice being the most explosive offense we can be.
Do you think you all are finding your identity as a team?
Yeah, I think every week, we're starting to learn one another better, starting to understand what Zach wants us to look like and how we can execute it better. I think the rest of the league would say that too, though. And so, I think we're growing as not just an offense, but as a team, and even what Coach Raheem wants it to look like. And we'll just kind of keep trying to move in that direction. And we had a good week of practice. We got to keep having great practice habits and have great conversations, post-practice, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's kind of where it all starts to help you win on Sunday.
The offensive line kept you clean today.
Yeah.
How good have you seen them progress to this point in the season so far?
Yeah, 0 sacks today was great. And
going on, right?
I talked last week about how having so many dropbacks, almost 60 dropbacks the previous week, they handle it really well. And I think today, again, much the same way. And pass rushes in the NFL are difficult. It's a real deal. So they always have their hands full, and it makes a major difference when they can step up and give us time.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, so that was Kirk O'Chains, Captain Kirk. So yeah, man, it was good to see AJ up there. AJ was he was operating off of pure adrenaline. He don't know where that ball went, man. Fuck that ball. he was just more concerned with the pick. Let me get to these two super chats real quick. What's going on, Abel, with the 10 yards that says, are the defensive struggles a product of the players or the coach? I'm leaning more towards the coach, simply because this defense was a lot better than it was last year. Now, again, Nate Landman was out, but still, I would lean more towards Lake's play calling, because again, it's not really aggressive. We're allowing teams to convert on third downs at a ridiculous rate. I think coming into this game, teams were converting damn near 50% of the fucking time on third downs. That's a non-negotiable for me. So they got to clean that up. They have to get off the field, because we see our offense is starting to hum now. If this defense is able to play complementary football, you'll see what you saw in the fourth quarter. After that AJ pick, it was a wrap. They were playing complementary football, but a lot of the times what we're seeing is the offense score, and then the defense just feels compelled to give the points right the fuck back. And that drives me up a wall. Or you'll have a situation where the defense will make a stop, and then the offense go 3 and out. So we got to find a way to play that complementary football where we can get a lead. And then, and I think that's what Jimmy Lake is doing. He's waiting for us to get, a substantial lead and then pin his ears back. To me, pin your ears back from the jump. Especially a guy like Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton ain't been a starter in God knows how long. Hair still look good. But ain't nobody going to the Super Bowl off of Andy Dalton's arm. The fact that him and Kirk Cousins are the same age, and you look at where their careers are right now, speaks volumes. Greg with the 5 yards that says OC in the refrigerator. Looking for onions, and he's actually using seasoning. So we roast in the NFC South, and as fans, we all want to play maybe seconds. Oh, you damn man, listen, I want to eat till I get the itis. Till I get the damn itis on them. But this is a good win, man. We've cleaned up the first leg of the division. So we're 3-0. We got 3 more games to play. So at worst, we'll go 500 in the division. At worst, Carolina gonna get tossed around again. And man, let me go back up to hold on. Let me see if I can find the comment again. I put it in there while the press conference was going on. But a Panthers fan snuck in here and talked about we barely scraped by. If 38-20 is barely scraping by, okay. Fam, I look at it this way. Only reason y'all were in the game because our defense was giving up cheeks. That's it. Y'all couldn't stop our offense. And once Andy Dalton got picked off, it was a wrap. Got picked off again, but they called what? Offsides. And that was a pick in the red zone. But it don't matter if we barely scrape by or we beat the brakes off of y'all. We still smoking on your pack. Dixon, what's going on? Larry says Landman played. Well, he's coming back from that injury. It's going to take him a couple of games to kind of get full beast mode like he was last year. But yeah, we definitely missed him in the games that he was out. Close says Kirk got on that Freddie shirt on. Yeah, man. Kirk don't dress like he's sitting on damn near $500 million in money. Uh, Dre says, bring on Geno while he's acting like 2015 Geno again. Yeah, he did not look good Thursday night. He was missing wide open guys. He was over. I mean, guys was open. So again, and you know, I like Geno's story, man. I like a guy that was counted out. But Geno was also put in a bad situation when he got drafted. That's another cautionary tale. So to see him go to Seattle, have that one good year, I'd say 2, and then get that bag. Yeah, I'm happy for that. He's food Sunday. He's food next week. That story goes out the window when we get on the field. He's food. After it, his story can still be what it is. DeMario says, Rook is pretty good, fam. He is. I'm a Scooby-Doo his last name every time. Every time somebody puts that, I'm a Scooby-Doo it. Matthew says, we need some type of pass rush, efficient pressure. They continue to let the QB get comfortable in the pocket. Good job, Bird Gang. Yeah, we'll see with the trade deadline coming up, man. We'll see if Atlanta takes a poke at anybody. But defense got to square up. They got to get better, especially with this offense humming the way that they're humming. So I'll say this: I'll ask a question. Y'all can put in the chat the answer, your answer. Who deserves the game ball for this game? I'll let y'all get two players. Who do you think the 2 players are that get game balls with this win? Y'all can put it in while I look up something real quick for the sake of being petty. And shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Y'all know every time I jump on here, if I stream anything on ESPN, I'm YouTube is tapping me. YouTube tapping me, man. And other channels, they'll tap me. I have never seen the Falcons say, hey Marcus, listen, you need to stop this. Never. Not once. So shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for that. And they shouldn't. I'm a diehard fan. Now, you know they'd be petty if they came at me with that shit, but, you know, still respect. So we're gonna take some time out to be petty. Actually, I don't even want to do that. I need some hostility. Damn it, nah, I can't do that. We just gonna go through some of these, man. I'm feeling really good, and we gonna get low key petty. All right, so let me go up. Scooter says both running backs. Abel says the O-line. Francis says TA and Bijan. Boogie Main says AJ and TA. Devontae says the backfield or the O-line. Okay. Ambon says Tyler and Clark. Greg says Tyler and Bijan deserve that game. Okay. Huckle Buck, what's going on? He says Tyler and Drake. Nando says Tyler Algier and AJ Terrell. D'Angelo, what's going on? He says, I'm going to say O-line and offense. Okay. Nicole says O-line and secondary. Okay, cool. All right, so that's all over there. So Dre says Andy was getting it out of there in 2 seconds for much of the first half, but yeah, the line could have cleaned up against this team and they coasted. Hey, man, you know, I feel like the defense is going to get better. If the defense gets 15% better than what they played today, it's a wrap. Especially with this offense firing like this. Again, 36, 2 Thursdays ago, 38. In what a lot of people thought could be a trap game. They put up more points in a trap game. This was a statement game. So Seattle knows when we come, you got to watch out for TA because he can go for 100. You got to watch out for Bijan because he can go for 100. You got to watch out for Kyle Pitts because he can be invisible for most of the game, but hit you upside the head with a 50-yarder. You got to watch out for Darnell Mooney because some type of way he's going to get open. If he's on the far left side of the field open, you don't really have to worry about that. Drake London, they got so much they have to worry about. And listen, Seattle's got some weapons too. They got Walker over there. They got Metcalf. They got Lockett. So I'm not going to say that this is going to be an easy game. I see that game being a shootout. But I see us coming. I see us coming out on top. I see us coming out on top because even when you look at the defense that we went to the Super Bowl with in 2016, they were ranked 27th. But a lot of that had to do with the fact that they were horrible up until that Kansas City game. They were horrible. Dan Quinn took. Let me tell you how devastating that team was when Dan Quinn took over the defense. If the defense got 1 to 2 stops, it was a blowout. They didn't even have to be world beaters. They just had to get stops because nobody could stop this offense. So it was like give you case in point. We win the coin toss. We defer. They get the ball. If their team does not score, the game was essentially over. You could pretty much call it. Because we getting the ball, we going down, we scoring 7. And then it's a track meet if they don't score again. I tell this story, fam, I don't know how many times. There was a game I was watching. I forget what the game was. I had to take a dump badly. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't hold it in. I could not hold it in. Man, I go to the bathroom. I'm just getting updates on my phone. We just keep scoring. While I'm on the toilet. We keep scoring. By the time I got to sit back down on the couch, game was pretty much over. So the end game of 2016 definitely wasn't what we wanted. But when you look at that offense and you look at the pieces on that offense, now we don't have a Julio Jones. You know, Drake is showing that he is a top 10, top 15 wide receiver. But Julio Jones was 1A, 1B before we even got to 2016. So we don't have that. But when you look at TA and you look at Bijan, they're better than Coleman and Freeman. Even when you look at our tight end work. I'm still going to give it to Pitts. But you look at a lot of our weapons, and even on defense, our secondary shouldn't even be fucked with at this point. And with AJ getting that pick, hey man, there were a lot of people. And look, and AJ got cooked on that first touchdown. So let me not forget that. AJ got cooked on Carolina's first touchdown. But we actually did send the house. It was AJ that got smoked on that. But again, AJ came alive with the intercept when we needed it. Because at that point, defense was just, they were flat. After that, different story. So let me get a little petty over here. We gonna have a little fun for about 10 minutes. God, I love it. I love it. look at this. Hold on. CJ says, "Man, the Black Cat Panther podcast do not want to give us credit." Oh yeah, you know what? I'm a put that. Hold that thought. I'm gonna go over there in a second. But we're not watching all 27 minutes. I swear to you. I just want to see the pure raw emotion from James Scrumetta. Shout out to James Scrumetta. If you're a Saints fan, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. The title of his video is "The Worst Defense in the NFL. Should Dennis Allen be fired?" Now, y'all remember, first 2 weeks, you couldn't tell a Saints fan shit. You couldn't tell them nothing. They was talking about pull up to get smoked. Couple weeks later, coach got to be fired. We'll listen to what he got to say.
Reaction, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a few short hours since I was in the Superdome watching the Buccaneers and the Saints. Let's start with the positives, shall we? Let's go ahead with the positives. It was a really nice day in New Orleans. Very nice weather. Not a cloud in the sky. Okay, let's move on to the negatives. Holy shit. What was that? Wow. Where to even begin? Let's unpack this whole thing. The first thing we got to talk about is the same thing we talked about after Philadelphia, and the same thing we talked about after Atlanta, and the same thing we talked about after Kansas City, and it's going to be the same thing we talk about today. You cannot win in the NFL. Win. You can't even be an average team in the NFL. Average. You can't even be a below average team in the NFL and give up 8.2 yards per play.
Look at that, fam.
We gave up 7.9 yards per rush.
Not the Saints. Not the Saints. Y'all giving up cheeks everywhere.
Now, we weren't playing LaDainian Tomlinson. We weren't playing peak Barry Sanders. We were playing against Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker, 14 carries, 136 yards for a 9.7 yards per carry.
Now, listen, I'm not going to lie. With numbers like that, yeah, your coach need to get fired. Who had Sean Tucker on their fantasy? Matter of fact, in the comments, if you had Sean Tucker on your fantasy roster, say I. They let nobody come in here take their drawers off. At home.
Sean Tucker, coming into this game, had 30 yards rushing in his entire NFL career.
Bruh.
He averaged 1.8 yards per carry in his career. 1.8, 30 yards. He faces the Saints, 136 on 14 carries for 9.7 yards per carry.
Trey said,
"What's going on here?
Sounds like a punter.
What's going on?" The Buccaneers, 51 points, 594 yards of offense, 31 first downs.
Bro,
if they would
have said, first and foremost, Dennis Allen needs to be extended for 5 years on it. Yes. They need to pay that man. Pay that man his money. They need to give him everything. They need to give him complete control over the roster. They need to do everything to keep that man. I'm with that. Would
have said, you know what? We're not playing in the first half. On offense, we're just going to punt. We're just going to punt on offense in the first half. We're only going to play on offense in the second half. The game would be in overtime right now. Just nothing from us in the second half. They scored 27, 51 points, 72 total plays. Just despicable.
Look at that. They got goose egged in the second half. They got goose egged 3 out of the 4 fucking quarters. All their points came in the second quarter. Now, mind you, Refs started helping them out. They started getting some of that home cooked gumbo. They started getting some calls. I'm like, okay, that's legit, but that's some bullshit right there. Then they had one Tampa Bay drive. These motherfuckers was 1st and 20 before they even took a snap. Then you picked off Baker Mayfield 3 times. 2 were tip drills. 1 was a bad throw. And y'all still got absolutely smoked at home. And he already talking about, listen, he already talking about firing the coach. He already talking about it. He already talking about it. But matter of fact, let's look up the Black Cat Panther podcast. Listen, and I was fair. I was fair with them. What was that? Thursday or Friday? Well, yeah. On the cook up, I said, hey, listen, if y'all beat us, I will let y'all come over here and absolutely smoke on a Falcons pack all day long. Let's hear what they got.
So then, how was it a reach? How was it a reach when you saying go get a defensive?
Because we're gonna be like a top 3 pick, and we're gonna reach for guys that's going like 14, 15.
That's why I said
no.
They're gonna pick that quarterback, go get a defensive end. You can't overlook that.
And that defensive tackle from Michigan going in the top 5 or the top 10 too.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
What was that? That's warm in there.
So we ain't gonna reach. Believe that.
That boy got top 10.
They already talking about the draft, bro.
We'll see.
Yeah, that boy's special. That boy's special.
He's specializing.
Because we know quarterbacks go.
They already talking about the draft
every year.
So the kids. So DK, this is what I'm saying, and this is generally. This ain't about the pay.
Hold on, fam. Y'all remember, if y'all watched the Friday cook up, I told this man, y'all were the only team that came into this year already looking into next year's draft. And here they are talking about the draft right now.
This ain't about the Falcons, but this is generally draft strategy. If you're not taking if you know that you're not taking a quarterback, and you have the number 1, number 2, or number 3 pick, and you know that you're not going to take a quarterback, you can very easily slide back to 4, 5, 6, or 7 and pick up a top of the round 2nd pick and probably a 1st or a 2nd in next year's draft. That's how you build your team.
You're right.
Through the draft.
But
so let me ask you a question.
But you're right. As a Panthers fan, when have we ever done that? None.
Once again, are you watching the mock drafts or are you watching weekly for college football for yourself?
No, they already talking about the draft.
Okay. Well, keep your eyes on it.
6 weeks into the season, bro.
Tells us the Panthers don't do that.
Yeah, but you knew that before you got on this live today. You knew we wasn't shit. I don't know why you acting surprised.
I'm not surprised we weren't shit. I knew we wasn't shit. I'm just saying, historically, we have never traded back.
We know what we need to get this team together. And these sons of bitches won't get it any fucking way.
Yeah.
We've been hollering for middle linebacker. We've been hollering for edge rushers. We've been hollering for corner. And these sons of bitches will walk right by that.
Bro, let me pause this. Look at the top. Hold on. Look at the top right-hand screen. This motherfucker got a Panther with the crying joy. That motherfucker got the cry. He got the crying Jordan eyes on the Panther, bro. Oh, that's wicked work, man. That's wicked work.
They don't need it. So I mean, what you want us to do? We keep telling these niggas.
Yeah.
They got to take this draft. Damn a quarterback. You got to take this draft, fix your damn defense, and get you a quarterback after next year. Ride with Andy for another year, and then get your guy in 26.
Right. They're worrying about defense now because before it was get Bryce weapons, get everything he needs, go get offensive linemen, tight end. Now y'all hollering about fucking defense now. No, nobody gave a fuck about defense 5 weeks ago.
I don't remember his name, but I do want to say this. I remember that linebacker. You were screaming to the top of your lungs. Yes,
Jack Campbell.
Yes,
every
sir.
fucking show.
Motherfucking monster.
Fam, this is so sad. This is so sad. They talking. It's week 6. We still got a lot. They can go on a run. Theoretically, Let me put on my Doctor Strange cap. Let me go ahead. Hey, shout out to Black Cat Panther podcast. Any Panthers fans on here, y'all go subscribe to their shit. We will see them. I forget which week. By that time, they'll be way out of the damn playoffs. Let's get back to smoking on the Panthers pack, right? So let me put on my Doctor Strange cape. Theoretically, somehow, in an alternate universe, they could run the table. I ain't saying in this universe, not Earth 2020, 2024. No. But in another alternate universe, they could run the table. They already talking about the goddamn draft. You know you ain't good. When you sitting up here week 6 after the Falcons barely scraped by you, talking about the draft. Don't really surprise me, because I told them, y'all the only team that came into this year already looking forward to the 2025 draft. And I told them, hey, listen, y'all win, y'all can come over here and smoke on the Falcons pack on me. But I knew we was going to smoke on the Panthers pack. That's the way it's supposed to go, baby. We ain't supposed to lose to y'all. Y'all at the bottom. We at the top. Y'all ain't even little bro to us. Y'all like third cousin. Y'all ain't even little bro to us. Y'all that third or fourth cousin that come around like every 2 to 3 years. Man, don't nobody pay no attention to y'all. What he doing reaching for a plate? Somebody got to remind you, oh, he part of the family. You celebrating Thanksgiving with the family. This motherfucker come over here, grab a plate, throw greens on there. You just looking at him side eye. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this rando in the house? Oh, that's Rakita's son. Then you got to back. Oh, okay. That's what y'all are. Y'all third cousins in this division. And y'all thought, listen, let me get raw with y'all. You thought that you were going to win because you had weapons. Chuba Hubbard, good player. That's where I stopped. Andy Dalton, no. Deontay Johnson, there's a reason he's not with Pittsburgh anymore. And I will give y'all credit for the fight that y'all put on. But again, y'all meant to get whooped. But I told him about his organization. Y'all owner is trash. So that means your GM is going to be hogtied. He can't do nothing. Your owner was firing coaches that were actually doing some decent fucking things over there. You let go of Cam, brought him back, destroyed him, got Baker, destroyed him, got Sam Darnold, destroyed him. And it's not like the players that you destroyed, they're completely out of the league now, with the exception of Cam. But Cam is the main reason people even had eyeballs on y'all to begin with. So let's just say that. And Cam took y'all to a Super Bowl after winning MVP that year. They only lost once that year. Y'all only lost once that year. And guess who beat y'all? Guess who beat y'all? First cousin. We did that. And we gave Denver the blueprint to beat y'all. Right? Neither here nor there. It's not like Baker Mayfield's out the league. Nah, he's 4-2. Just dusted up the Saints. Sam Darnold, undefeated right now, on a bye in Minnesota. Look what y'all did with Christian McCaffrey. Y'all had the best running back in the game. Now, granted, he stayed hurt. But your boy went over to San Francisco, immediately became the best running back in the game. That's what y'all organization did. Y'all, if I was y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't even be talking about the draft. Y'all ain't gonna do shit in the draft next year. But y'all getting swept this year. If we barely scrape by y'all, winning by 18 points, could have been more. We barely scraped by. We gonna demolish y'all the next time we play. Y'all playing so bad right now, y'all might as well throw Bryce Young back in there. Fuck it. What y'all got to lose? Honestly. Y'all might as well go ahead and do the full demolition job on him too. But y'all getting swept. And we still, you know what? We need to do, the next time we play y'all, we need to do more than just smoke on a pack. We got to add something extra to that. Because I'm already thinking about coming out with my own line of liquor called Saints Tears. I'm already thinking about that. I don't know if I want it to be a bourbon. You know, I don't know. I don't know yet. Dre says, do they have a first round pick this year? Why they give up? What did they give up to move? I don't know. I don't know if they got one. I'm not even going to bother to look, but I don't know. That's a good ass question. And mind you, they're probably going to have to trade Bryce. That's the sad part about it. They're probably going to have to trade him. Because all I heard was Bryce couldn't do this, Bryce couldn't do that. Y'all won one game with Andy Dalton. One. So apparently, these weapons that y'all got, it don't matter who the quarterback is. But that's neither here nor there. Millie says, Mark, was it me or did it feel like we held back a little bit this game? Yeah, especially on that last interception. I felt like if the defense would have been able to get off the field on these third downs, or if Carolina wasn't able to score that touchdown at the end of the second quarter, yeah, it'd have been a lot worse. And to be honest, I didn't even feel like the offense was all world. It was just the running game. Man, when you got two guys go for 200 yards on the ground, yeah, you're eating up clock to start with. So, you know, that could play a factor in it too. But I just like the fact that the offense is finding ways to win in different ways. Dre says, talking draft knowing you're not picking till round 2 with that owner's nuts. Oh, hey, listen, I don't expect Carolina fans to malfunction the way Saints fans did, right? At least the Saints had an argument for the first 2 weeks, right? But when you look at who they played, matter of fact, let's do it. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I will pull up who we've played thus far. All right. Bye, Falcon. We'll come back and smoke on that pack in a second. So let's put this up. So we played the Steelers. Clearly that was a rust game. And we had an opportunity to come back and, you know, on that final drive, Kirk Cousins throws a pick. If he would have put a little mustard on it, that could have went somewhere. But, you know, neither here nor there. And then the Steelers rattled off 3 wins. So, It wasn't like, the Steelers are let me see if the Steelers won. Hold on. Let's take a look. Yeah, they won today. They beat the Raiders. So, I mean, their defense is true. So that I'm not really, down on that loss. It was a rust game. Kirk wasn't himself. Okay, cool. Then we beat the Eagles. Eagles have been to the Super Bowl in the last 5 years, right? Then we lost to the Chiefs, a pass interference away from pretty much beating them too. They're back-to-back champs with the Steph Curry of quarterbacks right now. Patrick Mahomes is already in the Hall of Fame, right? Then we played the Saints, who were hotter than lava. Let them tell it. The first 2 weeks, beat them. Then we beat the Bucks, who they're a pretty good, they're a pretty solid team. Ain't even no hate there. They're a solid team, right? Baker's playing out of his mind, even though today threw for 3 picks. Baker's been playing good football, right? They got a good squad. Godwin went off today. Mike Evans was a bit quiet, but they had 2 running backs that ran wild over the Saints today, right? And then we played the Panthers, which is probably our weakest game. Now, we go over here, take a poke at the Saints. Let's see what the Saints have done, right? So they beat the Panthers, who was cheeks. They beat the Cowboys, who we finding out big cheeks. Right? So they were pumping their chest. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to us. They lost to the Chiefs. And they got smoked. Smoked by Tampa Bay. So the 2 games that they won, them teams was buns. They was buns. Next week they'll be talking about the draft too. They lose next week, they'll be talking about the draft. They already talking about firing the coach. They'll be talking about the draft in a week too. Meanwhile, we gonna be smoking on a pack. Nicole says we're 4-2 facing the 6th toughest schedule up till this point. Amen. And we were in every one of those games. So when I look at the 2 losses that we took, one's a rust game, and then one was a game where clear pass interference. Everybody saw it. You got to call that. Other games, we found ways to win. Philly had the game locked up. They got stupid. But we still have to score. It isn't Saquon dropped the ball and then automatically we won. No, we had to go take that shit. So, with that being said, your boy is going to get up and out of here, man. It is 9:01, and I am going to sleep very well, knowing that I get to smoke on a whole NFC South pack. They can't talk no shit. Now, I will say this, that Bucks game that's coming up, that's going to be a dogfight. But if we're able to run the ball like the thing I love about this is even when we can't run the ball, we can pass it. When we can't pass it, we can run it. Just pick your poison. But I will say this, Atlanta better not let them running backs do what they did to the Saints. To us, no, sir. But I want all the smoke. I said that at the beginning of the season. I want it all. because I am highly confident in this team. So I'm a soak in this 4-2, sitting atop the NFC South again. 2 weeks straight now. With the division at hand, we done spanked all the teams. They can't even talk shit to us until we play them again. And this is how it's supposed to be. It's been a long time since we've looked at this team and said, you know what? This team is trending in the right direction. We've had the potential. We've had the weapons. It's not like Carolina where we came into these seasons already looking at next year's draft. No, we had pieces. We just didn't have the right guy pulling the trigger. Now that you got the right guy pulling the trigger, you're starting to see Drake London wasn't no bust. You starting to see Chicago should have never gave up Mooney. I understand the situation that led up to that, but they shouldn't have. Kyle Pitts, still a toss-up. But again, you've seen him put up, he had a 90-yard game, and then he's got a 70-yard game. So I'm pretty comfortable where Kyle Pitts is now. But I do think his coming out party, his world beater game is coming up, where he's going to go smooth the fuck off. I feel that in my bones. But I like where we're at, and teams can't allow Tyler Algier and Bijan to go 400 yards. A piece. They can't. They simply can't. Every team in the NFL will lose if that happens. And I'm here for it. So with that being said and done, fam, I'm out of here. Be sure to catch the usual suspects in the Atlanta Falcons niche on YouTube, man. Go support these channels. Uncle Smitty, or Uncle Steve, sorry. Uncle Steve, Smitty, Smitty's at like 11K or something like that. Larry and his wife over there at the Dixon Way, they keep going up in the subs, so shout out to them. Ryan over in the Birdcage, A1, Berto, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Y'all go check them out too. I haven't watched them in God knows how long, but I know they're probably over there happy, jumping for joy too. Catch everybody in this niche, because here's the thing. I'll say this and I'm gonna land my plane. There shouldn't be channels that aren't Falcons fans speaking on our team getting all these damn views and likes. That's just me personally. A lot of them don't know what the hell they're talking about. Now, some of the reaction videos, I get why those go nuclear, because some of these channels have, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so that's only natural. But inside the Falcons niche, that's where all the good jewels are going to come from. Sports media, even after this win, they're not going to cover us like they did Thursday. This was a better win. They'll talk about Dallas. They're not really going to talk about us. That's fine. But support all these channels, fam. Quarters with Porters. I forgot her too. Go support these content creators, man. They chop up good game. They put in the work, and they are dedicated, and they love this team. So with that being said and done, fam, your boy is up out of here. I'm about to go lay down, relax, smoke on the Panthers pack, and feel good about myself all week. So I will holler at y'all guys sometime this week, and we out. Peace.